Welcome to Aiming High. In the A, we are taking aim at AIM. I like that. Atlanta Information Management Department. Hello, I'm Monica Pearson. AIM's mission is to consistently deliver innovative, reliable, secure, and user-focused technology to every facet of city government, enhancing the experience of every Atlanta resident, visitor, and stakeholder. Joining me today is Jason Sankey, Chief Information Officer for the City of Atlanta. Jason, you are a dynamic person. You're a technology leader. You're responsible for shaping the city's IT strategy and, of course, driving innovation across critical areas like cybersecurity, which is extremely important these days, infrastructure, and digital transformation. You also oversee initiatives, I understand, for things that modernize city operations. And then, of course, you enhance service delivery, which is most important for the residents of the city, while at the same time you're fostering sponsorships and partnerships that advance smart city solutions and equitable access to technology. So you're recognized for your vision and you're recognized for your leadership. You're committed to leveraging emerging technologies to create a more connected and resilient Atlanta. How do you define that resiliency?
Well, the first thing I want to say when it comes to resiliency is we're technology. So what do we expect from technology? We expect it to work, right? So being able to recover if there's any type of disruption is how I define resiliency, because we can't stop technology from not working all the time, but it's how quickly can we recover.
Well, one of the things we're going to talk about today is diving into the city of Atlanta, its continued work as you try to build a more connected, accessible, and future-ready Atlanta, because we're having so many conventions come into the city and looking ahead to FIFA, of course, and then looking down the line to the other events that are coming in. So at the center of Atlanta's future is an integrated Atlanta. This is what I understand, a bold, citywide, public Wi-Fi initiative. Again, it's designed to keep residents, visitors, and business owners with seamless connectivity, which to me, from the moment they landed at Hartsfield-Jackson, people are pulling out their phones, immediately trying to get on to some website to find out where to go, where to eat, how to get from the airport to downtown Atlanta. So let's talk about this integrated Atlanta. The Integrated Atlanta Wi-Fi project represents, I know for you, a major step towards creating a fully connected city. So why is it so important to have that initiative right now?
So it's just what you said. Imagine I fly into Atlanta and I'm from a different country. And the first thing I do is I pick up my phone. I land at the gate and I'm trying to get somewhere. I need connectivity. And so when we started thinking through that, we thought about a connected Atlanta where once you land at the airport, you get on a MARTA bus or train, you want to be connected. You want to feel comfortable where you are. You're in potentially a new city that you've never been to, potentially a new country. So we wanted to pilot this and see whether or not we can really create that seamless experience before World Cup, knowing that we have all of these matches here and Delta being right here in the city of Atlanta, being that hub. So we're the world's busiest airport, most efficient airport. So now we want it beyond the airport to say, okay, you have connectivity when you get here.
So when you talk about it, you have to also think about equity.
Yes.
How do you define it and get it?
So the Mayor Andre Dickens, he wants Atlanta to be the best place to raise a child, right? So that's the easiest way for me to define it. So when you think about connectivity, you think about access, you think about Wi-Fi, broadband, you name it, it's everyone having access, not depending on where you are within the city limits. And I think historically, that's kind of been the way we've been structured. So looking at equitable solutions, not only for the buckheads of the world, but also the bankheads of the world, making sure that we really bring that line closer together.
And how do you do that, particularly with underserved areas where people may not have computers because of the expense or have the broadband?
Yeah, so we're working closely with our fire stations. And beyond this first pilot, what we want to do is we want to expand, and we also want to have Wi-Fi connectivity at each fire station. We're also looking at potentially expanding that to schools. So that way students can be around the school and they can have the connectivity. We also have Ike Smart kiosks throughout the city. We have about 130 right now, and they also provide wireless connectivity.
So, being a child, growing up, because you're in that era where you're used to computers, you have people who are my age who are not as involved with computers. What plans do you have in terms of educating this older audience who, again, may be in an underserved area, or someone who is unemployed and really needs to use that kind of connectivity to find a job? Because these days, there are no papers where you can go through and find a job. You almost have to go online.
Indeed, indeed. So we have this Office of Digital Transformation. And in that office, what we want to do is we really want to look at the user-centered design approach. So one of the things that we implemented last year was these innovation labs. So we go into the communities. We partner with the MPU meetings that take place, and we invite residents to come in, learn about technology, learn how to use technology, because one thing that we take for granted, and I think this is throughout society, with phones, with computers, with software on your device, that people just know how to use it, and that's not the case. Even with City of Atlanta employees, we bring people in, they have this new job, we give them all of this equipment and expect them to know how to use it at the highest levels. So really educating both internally and externally is how we'll address that gap.
And that means collaborations. And I understand that in the past you've collaborated with the Centers of Hope and earlier digital access initiatives. So how has this helped lay the foundation for integrated Atlanta today?
So we have a great partnership with Comcast, and Comcast helped us expand the technology at our Centers of Hope. We also partnered with them to provide gaming opportunities at one of our rec centers, so we can have pilot programs for students so they can go in again and have access, but have access to learn technology, learn coding, and learn things of that nature. But it's all through having these strong partnerships, and Comcast has been a great partner for us.
When you talk about having the children come in, that's also almost a crime prevention area, if you know what I mean. So you're looking at these centers as more, when you say hope, it's more than just for gaming, it's for other things.
Indeed, indeed. So as an example, we have midnight basketball that the mayor kicked off 4 years ago, and that is the goal, to bring youth together and have a place for them to actually just come together and be in community, be supported in a structured manner.
Now, the C.T. Martin Natatorium and Recreation Center is a strong example, I understand, of how technology and community intersect. So how does this site demonstrate the city's approach, again, to equitable access, and how does it tie into the backbone of the Integrated Atlanta Network?
So with the C.T. Martin Rec Center, we really look at our rec centers as those centralized locations for community. Whether you're a resident, whether you're a business, whether you're a visitor, we want people to go to the community centers through our Department of Parks and Rec. And when you're there, we want connectivity, we want access. So what was cool about C.T. Martin, this is the gaming solution that we put in place. Again, partnered with our friends at Comcast, and internally with AIM. We expanded our network connectivity and capabilities within that rec center to really bring gaming and embracing these newer technologies for our community.
Now, when you talk about gaming,
yes,
how does that help kids?
So,
do you game?
Many ways.
Do you do the gaming? Come on, fess up.
I don't have time. If I had time, I would, but time is not my friend these days. So you learn quite a bit actually through gaming, where it's not just about the video games like I remember when I was a kid. Now it's really about strategy, and when you are in those environments learning the different technologies and how the different interfaces work, it's all about education too. And as you know, these gaming opportunities are now within teaching platforms. You see them in colleges, you see them in high school. So it is expanding. And Atlanta is actually a hub for this new generation of technology.
So it really can end up being an employment opportunity.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
You didn't completely miss your calling. So as this project expands, Integrated Atlanta is truly going to be a game changer, and I think an example for other cities. So for businesses, how can this be used?
So when we're finished, right, and I'm thinking into the future, and we have completed the pilot, and we're fully connected. So we think about the Beltline as being that border. And there's a project with the Beltline to build out wireless capabilities, and then we're going to just start slowly moving it in. From a business perspective, that gives small businesses, as an example, opportunity where you have your patrons, and now your patrons have connectivity in partnership with the small businesses. It also creates these centralized hubs where people are drawn to. So when I'm on the Beltline, I'm looking for connectivity. And imagine if it's there. And my experience has just changed because I no longer have to rely on cellular access. I can get right on my laptop and work and do the things that I need to do to be productive as well as have fun because I'm on the Beltline.
So how does universal access then help fuel entrepreneurship, mobility, and of course, what we really want is economic growth?
So I like to think about technology as being the nucleus that brings everything together. So what I mean by that is, how many times today have you been on your cell phone?
A lot.
A lot, right? And so being able to be that nucleus to really energize how we're transforming whatever dynamic that you're in, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a small business, whether you're a community, technology is the driver that brings us forward. And I go back to what I mentioned earlier about the mayor wanting the city of Atlanta to be the best place to raise a child. Well, that child then becomes a teenager, then becomes an adult, and thriving with technology around is the future. And I used to say how many times I get on my phone, but how many times have I gotten onto ChatGPT or these other generative AI solutions today? Quite often. Quite often. So it's all around technology.
It's interesting you would talk about AI. When you are talking to your young people and getting them involved in this, how do you teach them about AI not always being correct?
So it's funny because what I'm finding is the youth are actually teaching me sometimes because they're on their devices so much. But it's all about responsible usage of any type of technology, including AI. But believe it or not, they get it pretty quickly. You have a conversation with them, and what I like about some of the technologies that I use, you can actually ask the technology, the generative AI technology, to explain it to me as if I'm a fourth grader, a sixth grader, and then use that same method as you're teaching how not to always rely on these types of technologies, and it'll break it down for you.
You're kidding me.
No.
How would I find that? How would I do that?
So I watch a lot of YouTube. So this will probably be on YouTube. So I watch a lot of YouTube, and you could find like 2-3 minute reels that'll really educate you. But as you go deeper into generative AI and these platforms, they cater to who you are as a person, what your priorities are, what your goals are, and it remembers questions and prompts that you submitted, and you just continue to grow and develop this, I'll call it relationship, because imagine having a relationship with a genius that's in your pocket, and it truly is a genius.
I love that analogy, a genius in your pocket.
Yes.
And you're trying to put that in every pocket of every citizen and every visitor. So as your project expands, What indicators will matter most to you in determining whether or not this is truly successful in reaching the communities who really need it the most?
So I'm a data guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the baseline data. Where are the gaps? What are our expected outcomes? And then as we get through the pilot, we're going to measure the data. What is the data telling us? How much usage is the new technology actually providing to the community? And then going back to our Office of Digital Transformation, getting back into the community and have those conversations on, okay, we introduced this Connected Atlanta. How does it make you feel? Does it make you more productive? Is this something that you find useful? So using the data, having real conversations, we're going to measure our success.
Well, it sounds like you pretty much know where some of the gaps are.
We do. We do.
You want to talk about them?
Sure. So one area that we're looking at is, as you know, we have Clark Atlanta, we have Spelman, we have Morehouse. Well, believe it or not, there's kind of a technology desert right in the middle. And so we met with the organizations, and part of the pilot is to create this connected corridor within the 3 campuses. So we have those, I would say, proofs of concepts that we've already had conversations about. So yes, we know the areas that we want to expand on, and being able to actually go there and fulfill the desire of the community and then go back and say, did we do it right? Did this work? Is this what we need? It is something that we're looking forward to having.
So how will that expand to the airport, or do you already know what you need at the airport?
So the airport, with this project, it's once you leave the airport. So within the airport, it's connected. We have the wireless connectivity with all of our providers. It's actually very competitive in the airport when it comes to connectivity and providers. It's when you leave the airport, that's when your journey starts. And we kind of call it from the gate to the goal.
From the gate to the goal.
With World Cup.
With World Cup coming. Well, that is, I'm thinking to myself and laughing a little bit. If you get on an elevator, you lose your connectivity.
That is true.
Have you all solved that one yet?
Not yet, not yet.
But it's coming.
It'll come at some point. It'll come at some point.
Well, when you look at what you do, I've got to ask, how did you get to be who you are? Where did you start learning about digital technology?
Ooh.
Come on.
Well,
Spill the beans.
That's a good question. There's a long story to that.
We have time.
Okay. So I will give a very condensed version of it. So I actually was a chemistry major in college. I graduated with a chemistry degree. And when I left college, I said, what am I going to do with this chemistry degree? I love math, love chemistry, but I didn't want to teach. And so fast forward, I had an opportunity with Citigroup. So I started in the private sector. Had this opportunity with Citigroup, and I was a weekend, and someone said, does anyone know Microsoft Excel? And I said, yeah, I know Microsoft Excel. And so they said, okay, we need you to go to the trading floor and learn this program because someone's going to retire. And so I said, okay, I'll report there tomorrow. They said, no, we need you now. And so that was my first kind of step towards technology, because I said, okay, this is actually a spreadsheet. It's not anything dynamic with Excel. So I built an Access database, if people remember Access databases. And that's where we managed our global contracts. And I fell in love with technology, and the story just started from there.
And now here you are running AIM for the city of Atlanta. What are your worries about it?
What are my worries?
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, I wake up with no worries. I take the day as it comes, and God leads the way. And if God puts some type of obstacle in front of me, then He helps me get through it. And I try not to worry.
And the digital divide, I think, what I call, are there actually technology deserts in Atlanta? Mm-hmm. We know of food deserts, but we have so many technology deserts. So hearing how this program is in its pilot phase. I look forward to maybe 5 years down the road, we'll be the leader in this?
I'm thinking more like 1 year.
Wow.
I like to be very aggressive. So hopefully we'll get through this pilot within the next, I would say, 2 to 3 months, and then just continue to expand.
I'm going to hold you to it.
Well, don't hold me to it, but that's what I'd like to do.
So when you talk about connectivity, it's more than just about technology, really.
It is.
It's about?
It's about community. It's about life. You know, going back to technology being the nucleus of everything we do, it truly is. So it's not just the technology side of it. It's how we operate. It's how we learn. It's how we do just about everything. And I think soon, you know, with the driverless cars and the air taxis, I don't know if you heard about the air taxis coming to Atlanta and elsewhere, it's just going to continue to be at the forefront of everything that we do.
And why shouldn't people be afraid of the technology?
Well, that's a personal choice. And I was driving in my vehicle the other day and I saw a robotic dog on the sidewalk. And I was a little afraid of the dog. Don't like the dog. So you don't have to embrace all of technology, but I think at the end of the day, it's there for the good.
And that, I think, is the thing that most people are having to learn, is that technology is as good as you use it and as good as what's available.
Yes, yes.
And the city of Atlanta is being a leader in this.
Yes, indeed.
So what do you expect when the World Cup comes?
I expect some exciting games. I've never experienced a World Cup. Certainly, I've watched it on TV in other countries, but it's going to be so exciting here for Atlanta. From a community perspective, the watch parties. I'm actually going to a game, so I'm excited.
And the technology that will be involved for those of us who don't have tickets but can watch it on TV.
Yes.
Or on our cell phone. Or our computer.
Indeed.
Because it'll be there. Jason, thank you so much for
Thank you.
getting us ready for AIM. City of Atlanta's commitment to digital equity is shaping the next chapter of the city's future. Thanks to Jason Sankey and his team.
Thank you.